Hi, my name is Dan Fowler. I'm president of the Apartment Owners Association of California, one of the largest individually organized groups of apartment owners in the state. And there's good reasons for that, and I'm sure you'll discover some of those. Our primary goal today and every day of the year is that you discover at least one idea that'll help you make and or keep more money than ever before, or make your job of managing, providing housing for others more profitable, easier, and more enjoyable. And that can really happen, folks. It happens to a lot of us. I have a special announcement to make today. As you know, last week we announced the fact that Pacific Legal Foundation had filed a lawsuit to stop the eviction control that they have at this time. Now, that is a commercial property that they filed against. There's an individual there who worked all of his life, built a business, sold the business, also owned the property that the business was on, rented the property to the new owner, and he's not paying rent. And this guy depended upon this for his retirement. And many of you and many of apartment owners out there are depending upon their building for their retirement. And this is what we want to stop. It's totally unfair. And this is what I'm so excited about today, is to announce to you another lawsuit that has been won in the federal court, and they've declared it unconstitutional to prevent us from evicting somebody that doesn't pay their rent. In other words, it's just not right to have forced labor, and you have forced labor. It's your labor. It takes labor to provide housing, forced labor, and free rent. It's just not legal according to this decision. This was a Texas decision. I talked to one of the attorneys down there that handled the case just a little while ago, and they also had a press release that I'd like to read to you. Just part of it. We'll send the rest of it out in the email. So be sure you're on our email list, and that'll be going to you shortly within the next couple of days, the total press release on this. We also sent it out last week. But part of it is the federal court's decision sets critical precedent. Eviction moratorium imposed by the federal government are unconstitutional. This means that even Congress cannot come in behind this decision and legislate. In other words, they've taken it away from the power-hungry politicians who want to redistribute your property. And then they say it's just flat unconstitutional. Now, here in California, we're going to have to go to court again, and we're going to have to carry this, but we have a precedent now. And this is just what I've been waiting for. It's time to strike back for a couple good reasons. Number one, we have 3 new justices on the Supreme Court. These people are unlike the former justices who believed in redistributing your property and your labor. Forced labor, folks. That's what they forced. That's what rent control is. It's forced labor and free rent. 2 things that I think are totally unconstitutional, and they're certainly immoral. And there's only been one other time that I can remember in the history, back in the 1800s, where they had forced labor. But now you are in that category, and you are also being forced to provide your labor and your free rents to do it. Now, what can we do? This, like I say, it's time to strike back. We need to file a lawsuit. We need to support these people who have won this lawsuit, and hopefully it'll go on to the Supreme Court with them, and if it does, we'll be supporting it. But the only way we can support it is with dollars that you can donate to the Political Action Committee of AOA. We're asking each of you at this time, and we've been building a war chest, and we have $250,000 built in that war chest now. We need another $250,000 to start a new lawsuit and carry this to the Supreme Court, and or support other people who have lawsuits that'll be moving up to the Supreme Court. That's where we have to do it. For the 40 years that I've been working against rent control, for the last 40 years, this is the best time that I've seen, because of the justices being changed, new ones put in, and because of precedent of a new federal lawsuit that is won against this rent control. Do you know that in that lawsuit that the defendants admitted, the CDC admitted that it wasn't because of the COVID that they wanted this? It was just because they wanted equity for all of the people. Can you believe that? We have got to get this lawsuit going. You have got to support it. Send in at least $1,000. I'm going to put up the address of the place to send it. Make your checks payable to the AOA Political Action Committee, 6445 Sepulveda Boulevard, Suite 300, Van Nuys, California. This is our home office. This is where we handle the account for the Political Action Committee. So please, I'm asking each one of you that you say, Dan, go ahead, keep that up there on the board so that they'll have time to get their pen and paper and write that down. Again, your check will be made out to AOA Political Action Committee or AOA PAC if you're mailing that in. Also, you can send it in to the over the internet if you'd like to do that. Go to the AOAUSA.com website and get it. Also, another place where you can get it, if we'll get it up there on the screen for you, is AOAUSA.com/PAC. Send your donations to that. Send your $1,000. Send your $10,000. And we've received donations in excess of that from apartment owners because they know they'd have to spend even more than $10,000 if they were to file a lawsuit yourself to try to get these people out. And evictions are costing a lot more now too, as a result of the courts and the attitude of the politicians that have drained down to the courts that, oh, this is just equitable. We want to help these people out. They're forgetting about the fact that you are the solution to this problem of housing. Send your donations in today. We'll get this lawsuit going. And it's again, it's a real pleasure to introduce you to another program today, our second program. And again, I know that you're going to get an idea here that'll help you make and or keep more money than ever before. And to introduce this program to you today is Mr. Jeff Fowler, Vice President of the Apartment Owners Association. Jeff, tell us about the program coming up.
Great. Welcome, everybody. We do have a great program today. It's brought to you by ShinePay. And they just have done an incredible thing of being able to remove all the coins from the laundry machines. You don't have to worry about things being stolen. Lots of benefits, carrying heavy bags of coins, right? And it doesn't stop there. It's gone into other appliances as well. Lots of different applications. So you're going to want to listen today into ShinePay, what they have to share. But Dan did mention that, if you didn't get a chance to write that down, all of our videos are actually on YouTube. If you just search AOA USA, put that in the search bar, and boom, the whole thing will pop up. All of the videos that we've done. If you want the legislative update, Michael Brennan did that a month ago. If you want other things, it's all there. Another one that we have, like AOA, one of the member benefits is there's a RUBS program, ratio utility billing, because this is a technical live stream. Just thought I would mention that one specifically. Even if you just have a couple units, you can use that. And they also did a live stream a ways back, but if you search AOA USA in the YouTube, that'll pull up for you as well. We have the GSI insurance. That's another thing. These are just a couple different things that we have that can help you. And we also are developing property management software. And when that is connected with the AOA tenant screening, we're going to introduce that to everybody. We already do have a couple hundred users on that. If you're interested in it, just go ahead and write in and tell us you're interested. Rather start now than later. And you can join a couple hundred other housing providers that are on it. And anyway, so subscribe to the AOA channel and also that newsletter that Dan talked about. If you want that the whole statement that was written there about that judgment in Texas, then go ahead and get on that newsletter. And then you'll get that, plus a whole lot of other information, and it's free. You don't have to be a member for that. But we do ask that you join AOA and become part of the family with us and get the magazine and all these other things that we have. So the co-founder of ShinePay and the CEO, a guy that is just loves tech and is steeped in it, and he has a real estate investment background in his own family. And so he saw that, coupled with just seeing the problem that people have with the coin op, saw a way to merge solution for the problem. So it's really a pleasure for me to introduce to you today George Meltzer.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. My name is George Melser, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of ShinePay. Today, we're going to be discussing alleviating operational costs and creating new revenue streams in the age of COVID. ShinePay is an electronics payment company that allows you to add payments to your new or existing appliances. Simple to install, simple to use, easy to maintain, nothing to break. The user beats on their own hardware. All the stuff you own is invisible to them. They bring the infrastructure with them. With their phone, they bring the payment processing, internet connectivity, and the screen. Our flagship product is for coin-op laundry. ShinePay works in conjunction with coins or as a standalone solution, and it works with new machines or existing machines. ShinePay reduces operational costs by reducing or eliminating quarter usage. ShinePay allows for simplified accounting, easy to generate reports on a location and time basis, automated payments to multiple bank accounts, everything in the palm of your hand with your smartphone, anywhere in the world. Additionally, you could incrementally increase prices from anywhere in the world, which is also kind of cool. Stop theft and vandalism related costs and inconvenience to tenants by eliminating coin usage. Happier tenants. Have you experienced an unhappy tenant because it's a pain to find coins, the machines were non-operational due to vandalism, or from coins overfilling? Added amenity. Want to attract more tenants to your listing? Getting quarters is a real nuisance to them, just like it is for you to collect them and deposit them. Differentiate yourself from the competition, attract a higher quality tenant, or add the ability to charge marginally more for rent because of the added amenity. Truly contactless payments, no tapping or swiping, no contact whatsoever. Scan a QR code and go. Coins are dirty in the age of COVID. This is just a real cool thing that, now you don't have to spread germs. You don't have to get coins. You don't have to touch them. They're disgusting. So that's a real cool thing as well. Complete accountability. Track your laundry revenue with one easy to use app. No more cash that's going missing. You could track the coins as well with your electronic payments, and you can see it again anywhere in the world in real time, from your phone. ShinePay is environmentally friendly, transporting quarters, producing quarters, collecting quarters. This is all a very CO2 intensive task compared with electronic payments. So, this just makes your building more eco-friendly and is just a great, I think, selling factor in today's age. ShinePay is ADA approved. Whether you're in a wheelchair or you're standing, you could pay with ShinePay. This concludes our coin-op laundry payment product, but we have another thing. The next revenue generating stream we're going to talk about is electric vehicle charging. And you may be thinking, why EV? Why now? Growth of EVs are constantly exceeding analyst performance. All the mainstream automotive manufacturers have or are releasing an electric car or truck. The real question is not if, it's when. But we are still at the bottom of the curve, which it is still very early. And this, I think, is a huge opportunity for landlords and yourself. The reason why is the parking lot is going to become the new gas station, and you own parking lots. You now have the opportunity to add a new revenue generating asset without a huge capital investment, which I think is pretty cool. Get started making money sooner. Turn your parking lots into revenue generating assets by charging tenants and their guests. Additionally, you get to reduce operational costs. EV charging at scale is going to cost a lot of money. Every tank of gas, it costs about $20 in electric, depending where you are in the country. This multiplied each day by each tenant can turn into a significant loss, turn a loss leader amenity into a profit generating center. The cool thing about getting started early is there's tax incentives right now. So you're maximizing your profitability and your return on investment by getting started early. And it's not really that early. California already has laws where you need to provide charging if your tenants ask for it and have an EV. So having your hand forced can lead to a less than optimal decisions. So if you do it now and get started now and plan accordingly, you can maximize profitability of doing this, which I think is just really cool. This concludes our EV charging product, but we have one last thing for you guys. You can accept payments on any appliance, whether it's a regular washing machine, RV hookups, pool heaters, any appliance that's electric, you could accept payments on. Our PowerSpark product adds payments to any electronic appliance by controlling power through payment. Same as our other products, scan the QR code to pay and pay. It's real simple, real easy to install, maintain, and use. Whether it's regular washing machines, heaters, anything that takes power, RV hookups, you can now accept payments on it in an automated fashion. I think the coolest thing is really our customers coming up with ideas. You guys have really shown us the best ideas. This product is kind of an open-ended book, and we want to hear the ideas that you come up with. ShinePay is essentially an auto-refilling PayPal account. No issue collecting funds. If you supplement rent if you're having issues, or make additional funds with little hassle. ShinePay operates in two modes: control access and bake costs into rent, or you could accept payments. This is great if you have a higher end property where you don't want the neighbors leaching, but you don't want to start nickel and diming your tenants who are paying a lot of money for rent for, $5 here and $10 there. You just want to charge one big lump sum for rent and just get it over with and not have to worry with additional revenue streams. Putting access control is a great way. Also great if you have commercial properties, hotels, all sorts of things where you may want to just, you want to just kind of bake it all together. If you order in the next 5 days, you get 15% off your order by using the code AOA California 2020. I just want to thank you guys for your time and consideration. And now I'm just going to open it up to questions and toss it back to you guys.
Great. That's awesome, man. 15% off. Thank you so much. That's huge.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great. All right. Well, okay, we have some questions here. Yeah, this is really, really interesting.
Cool.
Okay, on YouTube, we have Fernando who has a question. Can the income report break it down by unit?
It can't break it down by unit because we don't know when a customer signs up for our app. They just enter an email address and password, so we don't necessarily know what unit they're in. But the cool thing is that you get their email address. So, if you see, you're going to be able to see which customers are paying. And, I'm guessing that, in your office, you're going to have some information on who is in what unit leases. In the future, it's not out of the question, though. You should definitely get in contact with us. We could even, we'd love to build tools. We want to solve your problem. So, because that creating value for us creates value. Creating value for you guys creates value for us.
Great. And here's Fernando is asking, if my machines in the laundry room are free, can I start charging tenants for their use? This is a legal question. Are you? able to
Yes.
answer that one?
Well, I can't give legal advice. If there's a law, I'm not a lawyer, and I would not take my advice even if I did provide it. But that said, where our PowerSpark and paying for any appliance came to be, how it came into existence, is we started with coin-op laundry machines in your duplex, fourplex, sixplex, whatever. And you just don't want to buy new laundry machines. This is a way to add payments at a very cost-effective way and very simple.
Okay, and also, could you stop sharing your screen so we could see your pretty face, please?
Absolutely, yeah. I love sharing my face. Let's see. Here we go.
And then,
All right. Everyone.
Thanks. And then also, can this be added to regular laundry room machines?
Yeah, so this could be added. I think what's really interesting, if you have short-term rentals, it's really cool as well. If you want have an Airbnb and you have some laundry machines, maybe you're near Joshua Tree and you got a lot of people just coming in. You got a group of 10 people. They rent your house for a day and then they do like 20 loads of laundry over the 24 hours. You don't want people coming in and setting up shop, with their laundry business in your short-term rental. That's you could put this on normal machines in like a normal apartment, and then you could charge, or you could use our access control and say like, hey, I'm going to add this customer and I'm going to give them a maximum of 3 washes a day. Or you could just do it by payment, and if they want to do 20 loads, they pay for the utilities. And that's also, I think, really interesting for if you have an Airbnb and you have EV charging. That's another really great, ability that we offer, is that, your Airbnb guests now could take $20 a day in electric, so with our solution, then, they can still charge their car, but, they're going to have to pay extra. You don't have to bake it into the cost of your Airbnb.
And we do have another question about the legality. Can we legally introduce new charges to existing tenants? And if I understand right, with the it depends on where you're at in the state. You're going to want to call in if you're a member with AOA. Call in and ask, but I don't believe that you can add any additional charges. If you have machines, one way to work around it would be, if you have coin-op machines right now, you could add this service to it so that people can pay by coin, or they could pay with ShinePay. I think you would definitely be able. It seems like that would be kosher, but to add an existing charge, you cannot. You have to look at that. And then also, if it's included in your lease, you're not going to be able to do that. But this may be for new leases, as new residents coming in would be able to do it. It seems like. Yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah, I think you would, and if they circle around with us, we could also just check with our attorneys, because this is, relevant to our business. If one person has a question, a lot of people are probably going to have the question. But ultimately, and then, probably best to check with your attorneys as well. But ultimately, I don't think I don't know how you'd go into someone's existing unit and add payments to their existing laundry machines. But new tenants, and then EV charging is, you can charge for the power that they use. So I'm again, I want to double check this, but I know I'm pretty confident you could charge for the power they use. I know you could charge for the power they use. You have to provide it, but you could recoup your costs, is a cool thing. So you could kind of pass the costs onto them. We're going to actually have some content coming out as well. If you look at one of our earlier slides, we cite the civil code, the California Civil Code, that relates to what you are required to do as a commercial or residential landlord. And we are going to, we have an article that tells you what your rights are, that we got drafted by our attorneys. So, yeah, so that could help you into helping you navigate those waters. And I would say contact us, reach out to us at sales@shinepay.co, and we'll happily pass you on that information.
Great. And here's a question. Is the Facebook, we have Maria. Good to see you, Maria. Thanks for always tuning in. Or you tune in frequently anyway. Is your app free for the tenant?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's free and it's easy to use. I would even encourage you to just go on, download it, and try signing up yourself. It takes like 10 seconds. We have 4.7. We have basically 5 stars and 4.7 stars and thousands of reviews. So it's people I think find it pretty easy to use, and it's definitely free. Yeah.
Cool. And free for the tenant, meaning the app is free, not the electricity.
Oh yeah, not the electricity. They have to pay for everything else, but the app to pay is free. Yeah, they could add their credit card for free.
All right. So Rosie, she's got the best question here. So how much does ShinePay cost? Let's say you want to hook up a laundry, a laundry room up. What's it going to cost?
Yeah, great question. So our pricing is really simple and really low cost. It's $149 for our coin-op products. It's $149 for the hardware, and then a 3.9% transaction fee. No monthly fees, no merchant fees. We handle all fraud. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to be a payment processor. We are the payment processor. You guys just get to manage your properties and find new properties and new revenue generating assets. And then for our just PowerSpark, so that's EV charging or any other appliance, it's either $300 or $349 for the hardware, depending if it's 110 volts or 220 volts, and a 3.9% for the payment processing. And then if you guys have volume sales, you're buying a lot for us, you should definitely, we could definitely even speak.
Right. And that, like if that $300 one that you quoted there, now is that per unit or is that per apartment, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the $149 for the hardware costs, it's the hardware, whether it's a $149 for coin-op or $300 for non-coin-op machines, any other machine. It's on a per machine basis. So you're going to need one of our devices for every machine you want to add payments to. Okay.
And so they make the payment, and then does the money drop into their account, or how does payment work?
Yeah, great question. So it's kind of like an auto refilling PayPal account. You're going to have a ShinePay account. You're going to have a ShinePay balance. You add your bank account just like PayPal, and then you just transfer your money out. It goes through a electronic transfer, an ACH transfer. It takes like 1 day. And you can transfer as frequently or infrequently as you want, no additional fees.
Great. Okay. And here's one in the chat. My property is in a spotty area and internet and cell reception isn't too great. Can I still offer a coin option if the app isn't working? Yeah, or would you have any recommendations if we experience trouble like that?
Yeah, so this is a great question. And this I'm really excited to speak about. So we don't have it out right now, but we're coming out with no one else retrofits normal appliances. And we're soon going to be also the only ones that will offer offline payments. So if you have a laundry room or maybe a parking garage where there's no cellular or Wi-Fi reception, a tenant will be able to pay, and then it'll upload the transactions once they get back into service. The cool thing about this is they're encouraged to do it. So you may be wondering, what happens if they don't, they lose the phone or they don't upload the transactions. How it works is it caches funds to their phone. So they actually get a refund for going back and uploading the transactions. Discourages them from trying to do any funny business.
Okay.
But offline payments. So yeah, we can handle it.
What do we say to tenants who don't have cell phone access?
Yeah, great question. So we have a kiosk that you could use, and that's for it's really great for hotels or transient properties where RV parks where maybe you don't have people don't want to sign up for an app. You just go to the kiosk, enter your credit card information, and select it and pay. The other option is with the coin-op laundry. You can still accept coins in conjunction with ShinePay. So that's also really cool. If people want, if you have older tenants and they still want to pay with quarters, you could still allow them to do it, and you could switch to all ShinePay down the road really simply if you want, or you keep it coins and ShinePay forever, whatever floats your boat.
Great. What about water meters?
What about them? I guess. You guys trying to monitor them?
Yeah, well, probably trying to get payment for those.
Well, it's only electric appliances right now. We could, it's an interesting idea if you're thinking about like being able to monitor water remotely, water, and then being able to charge for it. That's something, it's an interesting idea. Actually, I like that, but we don't have something for it right now.
Right. And remember, guys, George is asking for ideas, right? So you're giving him ideas. Rosie might have a good idea here for you. What about the soda machines?
Yeah, so we don't have a vending product right now as well, but we want to be a comprehensive payments platform. We're about 4 years old, and we're constantly innovating and constantly improving the product, coming out with new products. The PowerSpark's brand new, access control's fairly new. Vending is on the roadmap already. Probably sometime in, I think, later 2021 is the answer there. But right now, unfortunately, we don't support soda machines or vending machines.
Okay, and well, great. Thank you so much. That was really, really interesting for sure. I'm just trying to think of what other questions. How do they know their money's safe with you guys?
Well, what do you, I guess, we have a really good reputation. We have a great business. We have no reason to, I think, deceive you. But ultimately there's a ton of accountability also within the app. So you could see you could go and try paying for it and you'll see the transaction register instantly and basically near real time. And then, we're not going to be in business very long if we're stealing. So that's going to get around at some point. So we wouldn't do that.
Great. Well, thank you so much. I think those are all the questions that I see in front of me right now. And I think that does it for us. Thank you so much for sharing. And I think it's really neat. I think there's a lot of possibilities. It sounds like the vending machine might be something that you develop in the near future too, huh?
Yeah. So we're coming out with that soon. So a lot of exciting things, and you should definitely keep if something doesn't pique your interest now, you should definitely keep looking and keep in touch with us. Great.
And that 15% offer, that you said that was good for how many days?
The next 5 business days.
The next 5 business days. We might have some people that look at it a little bit later.
Cool. Well, just reach out to us. We definitely want to take your business. So we want to help you guys out. So definitely get in contact with us.
And well, great. Is anything else you want to share before we?
That's all. Thank you.
Okay. And then there is one other question that came in. It is legal. And so Fernando, what I'll do is, why don't you contact George directly? Your question is, I assume the landlord sets the price of a wash and dry. When changing to ShinePay, can I increase the cost to wash dry to recapture that cost?
Yeah, so you could, we charge 3.9% to you for the fee. You could pass that on to the user if you want. And then also you could you set the prices. We are just the middleman. So you control your prices. You could incrementally increase prices over time. So, this system not only not obviously save money, but it also can increase the amount of money. Then also think about that people are going to pay more. So like before with quarters, for instance, if you only have enough quarters for one load, you're stuffing all those clothes into one load. And, if you have a credit card though, the $1.50 isn't the issue. It's not having enough quarters. So that's yeah. Great.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And everybody remember to sign up for the emails with AOA USA, and you get that for free, and we'll give you all kinds of updates and different opportunities like this one so that you can generate more income. And also go ahead and hit the subscribe and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and join AOA. And we're going to be back next week with some top tax tips for the successful investor. That's going to be next week on Thursday, same time. And well, not same time, it's going to be at 10 o'clock actually. And anyway, so we hope we can see you then, and hope you have a great weekend. Thanks, George. All right.